Hello everyone, here we are again, blessed with another beautiful Monday. I hope that everyone had a good weekend, and we are going to do your reading for the week ahead. So today I'm going to be making use of the Goddesses and Sirens deck of cards, one of the first decks that I ever owned. I think it was the first one I ever bought, actually, to be very honest. Beautiful, beautiful deck of cards. It also has I suppose you would call it a sister deck, but it's not a sister deck because it's the Gods and Titans. Let me just get it here for you. So that's the other half, the masculine and feminine coming into balance there. Beautiful, beautiful cards by Stacey DeMarco and Jimmy Manton, who is the illustrator. And I'm going to use the Goddesses and Sirens today. Maybe later on in the week I'll use Gods and Titans. Keep the balance. Alright. So, as usual, I'm going to ask what is most important for us to know right now, or what energies do we need to be paying attention to this week that are going to be prevalent, or, that we must really be aware of. Let me maybe give us a little bit more light here. It's a bit better. Okay, let's see what comes up. So, asking what is most important for us to know this week, please. What energies are prevalent, or do we need to look out for? Where must we focus our attention, not intention? Here's the first one. Best play. Okay, this is about not taking things or ourselves too seriously. It's about changing the way that we look at things. And if you have been taking a very serious approach, or you are looking at a situation very seriously, or you're letting it get you all bent out of shape, this is to say, just relax, just play. Take things a little bit more light-heartedly than what you usually would. All right, this is a lion or a cat kind of energy. So it's about having that playful side, having a serious side at times as well, but having that playful side that you can embrace and that can also help you to strategize or become more aware. We have to balance the work and play aspect, or the seriousness and the lightheartedness. Okay, I think that this is an important lesson for many people right now. It's especially with this energy coming up that I was mentioning about earlier today. With this eclipse that's coming up on Friday, it might be a little bit more difficult to not take things too seriously. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Say, okay, let's just joke about it, not get too serious, not take things too seriously. I had a lesson in that today. And I know that there are more things that I can work on with regards to that. Okay, so it's like relax, be playful, look for that balance between the work and the play. And maybe there is even the potential for you to learn a skill through playing and discovery. So be curious. All right, let's see what else we got. What else do we need to focus on or know about this week, please? Eggshell. Okay, it's not eggshell, it's eggshell. Okay, so she was a mine goddess, and she was this really fiery energy, and it is said that they used to sacrifice an unending chain of souls to her. Okay, there's a whole deep, dark story about Ixchel, but she's about release, and people used to sacrifice things to her fires that used to be burning all the time in order to get rid of them. So, this is a purging of sorts, and it's, for instance, like if you are doing an exercise of letting something go or release, then you can sometimes write a letter to that person, or write about, journal about your experience. And then you'd go and burn that piece of paper, let it go up into the ether so that you can release that situation. You can let go of that old pattern, whatever it is. This is what this is talking about. Okay, so even they use the Mayan goddess, and she's really like a intense energy. This is to say, release this to her burning fires. She will consume it. She will get rid of it. And you see the full moon behind her here. Very beautiful. So that is something that you need to work on. Maybe you need to be mindful this week, and as you go through the week and progress and see where you may be facing obstacles or where you have difficult dealings with other people, maybe there's things there that you need to let go of. There are things that are being brought to attention to say, hey, you know what? This is your opportunity to maybe release this. Maybe it's time to let it go. Maybe you need to make a note of it or a point of it. If you're really busy during the week, start notes in your phone and say, okay, this was an issue today. How old is this issue? How long have I been carrying it around with me? Is this old anger? Is this old resentment? Is this old junk that just keeps bubbling up all the time? If so, let me take this opportunity with this full moon, this eclipse, to get rid of that, because I do think that for some people, these energies are going to come up. Okay, you're going to feel these things. We're going to feel irritated and aggravated. This is when we have to be reminded to engage in this energy of play, because this is the thing that's going to save you from feeling restricted, aggravated, tense. All right, let's see what else. What else do we need to know this week, please? Brigid or Bridget, healing. All right, here she is. Very beautiful picture of Brigid. She's all about healing. She is a healer. And I think that this is a big theme for this week, because this is what we are focused on. When I say, look at what you can release, I'm saying, what needs to be healed in your life? If something is bothering you, if something's irritating you, if something makes you angry, if you feel like it's bubbling up, it needs healing. This is your body, mind, and spirit saying to you, this needs to be resolved. You need to heal the situation, or you need to do something that is healing for you. You need to be able to let go of this, release it, stop feeling this way, because it's not good for you. It affects us on many different levels, and if we carry something around with us long enough, it will affect us physically as well. This is when we start to get physical ailments. We get a cold and a flu because our systems run down, because we feel irritated and angry all the time. Whatever the case is, work on what needs to be healed, what needs to be released. How can I handle it in a playful manner? How can I be mindful of letting it go? Okay, there's many ways in which you can do it. I'm doing energy sessions this Friday for anybody who wants to do something like that. The main focus will be keeping people grounded, keeping them balanced throughout this really tumultuous kind of energy that we're having, to keep the energy as even as possible. But at the same time, you can have that out with the old and in with the new kind of energy that you embrace, especially with an eclipse energy. So we can work on something like that for you. If you feel like it's a specific relationship or issue or old memory, whatever it is, we can tailor make something for you. You can also do your own kind of little ritual or kind of exercise at home, like I mentioned earlier, where you write something down, write a letter to that person, or write about that event, or write down why you're angry. Journaling can often make us understand ourselves better, all right? But do things that can bring healing for this. Maybe burn a candle and say, okay, I'm going to burn this. I'm going to release this to the fires, the purging fires, so that it's gone. So when the candle is burnt out, that's it. It's gone up into the ether. I've made peace with it. All right, and it might not work the first time. Don't think you're just going to light a candle and it's going to be over. Your heart needs to be in it. All right, you need to be 100% invested in releasing that thing, looking at it very deeply. Healing is painful. Don't let anybody tell you any other way, okay? Healing is not comfortable, but it's what comes after that is so rewarding and so very important for us. So that above everything needs to be your motivation and your drive to be working towards that, to look at the ugly truths of what somebody's done or what we have done or where we're going wrong, what needs to be released, what needs to be healed. Why are we so serious? Why am I so uptight? Ask yourself these things. But this card says that there's a time of healing here where the past hurts can recede and you can be inspired to create something. Okay, creation in itself is healing. So maybe you need to paint if you're a painter. Maybe you need to draw something. Maybe you need to go and carve something out of wood and get your frustrations out, and that's how you're going to release it. find inventive ways of doing it, okay, because creation is very close to spirit and it can really help us to manifest things and deal with things. Okay, and that is all, folks. I will chat to you again a bit later in the week. Please take care of yourselves and have a good one. Bye for now.